Hey guys, Brony Phones is my name. Um, you may not know who I am yet. I am Kentron Games, but this is my fan fiction reading channel. I'll be reading fan fictions on it a bunch. That's mainly going to be the only thing I do on this channel. If you don't know my other channel, you can check it out in the description. It'll be there. And yeah. So basically, I'll be reading fan fictions on this channel. That's all I'll be doing. And reading my friends' fanfictions, really, and then I'll be reading Brony fanfictions most of the time. Her fanfictions are warrior fanfictions, and she's shy and she doesn't like to, show her voice and stuff and all that. So she wanted me to read them. It's fine with me. I'll put her DeviantArt in the description so you can check her out. That's where I'm reading this from. So this is a warrior fanfiction. If you don't like warrior fanfictions, it's fine if you leave, but you can still subscribe and stuff. But you may like this because she's pretty good at writing fanfictions. So yeah, before I talk any longer and won't shut up, here we go. A sudden bolt of terror hit Shepard as he snapped out of his slumber. Thank heavens it was just a dream. Silver and Black Tom thought, in relief as he staggered up into a sitting position. His eyes observed a clearing where he took his nap, then realized his companion was missing. Shepard let out a hiss of annoyance, then drowsily stood up on his silver paws, slowly trotting off into the pitch-black forest. It held a mysterious, foggy green glow that was unusually visible, thanks to the moon's reflecting light. The ground was damp. Clumps of grass and muck clung to Shepard's pads as he padded forward. Old, dead, and thriving trees of all shades of brown and green were seen as well, some stained with dark blood, while other debris was littered all on the ground. His tail swayed irritably at the ground, his fur rising. The darkness soon grew even darker, making his yellow, piercing eyes glow faintly for sight. The Shepard's silver fur didn't shine anymore due to the disappearing moonlight. Al, his partner, was the cat he was furious with. He didn't like it when he kept wandering off into this godforsaken forest, since was known for its brutal killers. The curious Tom seemed like a kid at some points, always pouncing on leaves, always distracted, always filled with wonder. The big green eyes and ginger fur of Al was illustrated in Shepard's mind, making his fur lie flat again as he grew distant. Sometimes it seemed that Shepard was Al's teacher, or his father. Suddenly Shepard paused, the salty scent of blood hanging in the air. His eyes narrowed, becoming suspicious of his surroundings. He crouched down, his shoulders hunched, as if he was going to tackle an enemy. Everything was silent, which made Shepard more uneasy by the minute. The trees or bushes didn't stir or rustle in the wind. In fact, there was no wind at all. Shepard stalked forward, his claws unsheathed as he crept forward on the trail he was following. He instantly stopped with a sharp gasp as he noticed the familiar scent of a Tom. It was Al. Pouncing up, he landed on the ground at full speed, urgently searching for his friend in the blackness that seemed to continue forever. He didn't care about the icky mud that got stuck in his paws or the branches that scraped his flank like claws of a kitten. All that mattered right now was that he could find his partner. The trail soon turned as narrow and as skinny as the tree as he continued along, and the ground grew steep as he reached to his destination. No. No! Shepard thought as he stared fearfully down at the limp figure, which was fresh with Al's scent. Al's blood-stained body flailed out on the ground at the slope. His stomach was open due to a serious wound that stretched from his chest to the end of his stomach. The blood was dark on the ginger Tom's belt, but only appeared lighter on his white designs on him. His eyes, well, they were scratched and wide open. The only thing Shepard could do was stare blankly at the gruesome scene of Al. His eyes blank with the deepest fear you could feel. Al, you idiot! Shepard muttered in deep sadness as he buried his muzzle in the ginger fur. Why did you come out here on your own, idiot? He sniffed, and his mew muffled even from against his fur. Idiot, idiot, idiot! Shepard repeated in despair. Tears brimmed in his eyes as he cried silently for his lost student. So touching. A deep, cold voice mocked Shepard as Tom crept nearer to him. His eyes weren't like the piercing gold glaze of Shepard's. Instead, they were an icy yellow light, if there was such a thing. Tom's other features were invisible, unfortunately. Who are you? Are you the one that killed Al? Shepard hissed as he rose upon his paws, now filled with vengeance and anger. You mean the lifeless body over there? Yes, I did. It doesn't matter anymore, though. He spoke with a chill in his voice as he inched closer to Shepard. Shepard could spot a grayish stick now clamped in Tom's jaws. By the color, he could tell it was from a birch tree. Another thing, a fearful thing, that it was sharp, thorn-like, and was layered with a crimson-red liquid. Shepard backed away slowly, looking like he would surrender. He shook his head and regained his hard gaze. What? What do you mean? The Silver Tom snarled. His sentence interrupted as the other Tom stabbed the long stick into his throat with such speed that he could chase an owl if he wanted to win. Shepard wasn't even able to choke out a scream as the stick I messed that up. As the stick dug deeper into his throat. At this point, he couldn't breathe, and then his head fell sideways, his body stumbling as well. Blood soaked his throat fur, and his eyes dulled. Shepard was dead, just like his companion. Stealthily, the Tom jumped off the trees, his weapon-like stick in his jaws. Once again, the jaw-dropping bang of thunder had rung, and this time it acted like lightning. That was part 1. I'm sorry, guys, I suck at reading right now. I haven't read anything in like months, other than on games, and but yeah, I'll get better. Some practice. I'm not used to reading fan fictions really, but yeah, it was good. Good job, Ren. Sorry I messed up at a few points, especially towards the end. Oh my god. But yeah, I'll be reading this whenever she comes out with the next. That was just the prologue, so yeah. And I'll be putting the video right after this of who I am, what I'm doing here, so on and so forth. Basically my introduction. So I'll see you guys later.